Alrighty, here we are doing a reaction that, I wasn't actually expecting to do. I didn't even know this album was coming out, okay? What did I see? I saw someone was reacting to it. That one guy, Brad Taste in Music, he's quite a popular reactor. I saw in the morning when I was at work. I saw reacting to the new Foo Fighters album, and I was like, okay, it's Foo Fighters, and I don't mean to be mean here, okay, but I am thinking, like, when was the last time Foo Fighters were, like, really relevant? Wasting Light, I guess, back in, 2011. And then I found out that, this was actually quite a good album. Enough to kind of intrigue me to go, okay, I kind of want to listen to this. Like, this is kind of interesting to see them gaining traction. Foo Fighters, I know enough from Foo Fighters. I've only listened to 2 albums, though, and that's like the newer albums when they came out. The Sonic Highways and Concrete and Gold. Didn't really come back to them. I looked back at my reviews for when I did listen to them. Apparently I didn't mind the albums. Apparently I thought they were pretty decent, but I have been seeing that this is sort of in relation to their drummer's death, Taylor Hawkins. And I don't know specifically when he died. He died recently, eh? He died in Colombia. A year ago. Colombia, first off, shout out Colombia. I work with a dude from Colombia, and he's one of my favorite fucking homies of all time. Okay? Okay. Foo Fighters. I want to listen to this. I did see, too, in a genre tag, this has got, like, shoegaze. Like, it's kind of shoegazy, and I'm like, Foo Fighters doing shoegaze music. Okay. I kind of want to know what that sounds like. Let's just dive into this, okay? I did see, too, that there's, like, a few lengthy songs on here, too. Okay, first song on here, Rescued. I'm not, like, overly shocked by the quality of this song. Like, right out the gate, I'm like, yep, this is a very commercial rock song. It's very accessible. It's what I expect from Foo Fighters. And yeah, this makes me think about a sound from their heyday. It's very noisy. It's a very noisy track, right? Like, I'm barely feeling that guitar, especially, too, the drums. I feel like the drums are taking a lot of that fucking noise. Dave Grohl, kind of he's doing a post-hardcore type thing vocally. He's really screaming on this. Let's see what we're getting here lyrically. Came in a flash, came out of nowhere, it happened so fast, and then it was over. So they're assuming, I guess Genius is saying this, but I would assume, too, it is talking about the drummer passed away. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Is this happening now? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? This is happening now. So I guess, right, it's really discussing how intense this feeling is, this death, right? Because it's not like, oh, this person died. It's like, this is happening. Like, this is what's happening. Trying to process this, right? It's very difficult. We're all free to some degree to dance under the lights. I'm just waiting to be rescued. Bring me back to life. Kings and queens and in-betweens, we all deserve the right. I'm just waiting to be rescued. I'm just waiting to be rescued. We're all just waiting to be rescued tonight. I don't know if he's talking about death here, like wanting to die. Rescued, being death, but bring me back to life. In the sense, this makes me feel like there is some sort of religious belief coming from him, in the sense of, you know, with death does come some peace. You know what I mean? When we're on Earth living, people die. We're not at peace, right? We're confused. We're like, what the fuck's going on? And there's, you know, a lot of pain. But to be rescued is to sort of have that veil lifted and sort of the freedom that comes from that. I fell in a trap. My heart's getting colder. It's coming on fast. It's over my shoulder. Okay, and that's basically what it is lyrically. So, very intense song. Starts off, you know, death is a shock to them, and they are just wanting to stop that feeling, in the sense of having some belief where, you know, at that point when they die, that, you know, there'll be a peace there. I'm assuming that. Maybe that's not really what he's discussing specifically, but that's kind of how I'm understanding the song. This is another song that I'm not really shocked by the sound of this. Again, I don't remember what music Foo Fighters were really making past, or, you know, post like Wasting Light, right? So I can't really speak on a trajectory of their sound, but I can totally understand why this would seem very familiar, or, you know, even listening to this now, I'm like, yeah, this kind of reminds me of like Foo Fighters, like 90s shit, right? It's, you know, it seems like a post-grunge song, for sure. Chorus, verse. Like, I am totally understanding that structure. It's a very, very... It's a pop song, okay? It's very a noisy pop song again. So these first two songs are working on that noise, for sure. And again, lyrically, from what we got for the first song, this is very much so in that same vein, right? Discussing, looking for this person, you know, realizing, you know, I mean, okay, first off, saying you're over it, think I'm getting over it, but there's no getting over it. Well, first off, yeah, you know, like, once you lose someone, shit's not fucking easy. Like, you're just not getting over it. You know what I mean? Like, it may get better, but you're not going to get over it. It's kind of interesting, you know, for him to even be writing lyrics like this when it's like, you know, he died like a year ago. Nobody is expecting you to get over that shit. You know? There are times I need someone, there are times I feel like no one. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. So I feel like you were really getting into like a disassociative state potentially because of this, right? Like you're totally, you know, you're dealing with things mentally, which, you know, makes sense. Discussing like memories with them as well, or this thing here is like someone said I would never see your face again, which, who the fuck says that to somebody? You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucking rude, bro. Yeah, I'm certainly getting the gist from this song. This song, in the first song, it's pop tracks, okay? They're pop tracks, very motive, very noisy, and, you know, not trying to paint things in obscurity for you. You know what I mean? That's good. That's good. Okay. So far, I think this is pretty good. Let's go to the next song.
I think I spoke too soon. It's time to clear the air. I've been hearing voices, none of them are you. Myself, nothing this good could last forever. No one cries like you. I've been hearing voices. I've been hearing voices now. None of them are you.
Catchy stuff right up the gate.
I've seen you every night. I tell myself nothing like you could last forever. No one lies like you. I've been hearing voices now. I've been hearing voices. None of them are you. Speak to me, my love. My love. Speak to me, my love.
Okay, I would say I like hearing voices a little bit more than the first two tracks. A lot more instrumentation to focus on. I just like that chorus a little bit more too. Okay. Lyrically, what are we getting here? I think I spoke too soon. It's time to clear the air. It's quiet in my room. The silence is unfair. Right. Dealing with... Okay, like you can really pay attention to the silence, I guess. Like you're very aware of it because of the lack of something. I've been hearing voices, none of them are you, right? So last time I tell myself nothing this good. Late at night, I tell myself nothing this good could last forever. No one cries like you, no one cries like you. Okay, so there's the song, right? Everlong. Nothing this good could last forever. So if he's been hearing voices, like he's maybe in a really paranoid state, potentially, right? Maybe. I don't know if that's specifically what he's talking about, or he's just saying like he's hearing voices around him and none of them are you. I don't know, right? Maybe that's up to interpretation. I've seen you in the moon, I wish that you were here, you promised me your words, a whisper in my ear. Every night I tell myself, oh, you could last forever. And then I did the song like, speak to me, my love, speak to me, my love. It's that like, that longing for it at this point, right? There's just like such confusion when people die. We all are aware that we all die. But when someone does, it's confusing, right? Like I was so used to hearing this voice, like this person beside me, right? Like, okay, all you want to do, okay, it's saying here in the all you want to do is hear their voice again. Fuck them. Okay. See, like all these songs kind of have like some like very just a small basis of what it's about. You know what I mean? Let's make a song about that. Let's make it hooky. You know, this is a pop structured rock song. Okay, that's first 3 songs. There's 10 songs on here too. There's not that many songs. It seems very tight that way. Okay, you got a song that's 444, angel number 2, which means the angels are with you.
Sing, shout a little drum. We are, yeah we are. Hey, lay your foot down, arm in arm, we are forever. What an illusion. Illusion.
okay, I had to re-listen to the song because footage caught out. I said this was my least favorite song so far. I still think it was, but on the second go, you know, the instrumentation here, I think I was having a little bit more fun with that, I think. Lyrically, I was saying, you know, this is exactly what I would expect. Like, it's a lot like the other songs. You know, starts the song off discussing, like, you know, even with wishing that this wouldn't be, there's nothing you can do to change it, right? But here we are. And then, yeah, he talks about this is fate, it was written in the stars, arm in arm we are forever. So regardless of this being the case of what happened, they're still together. Like, this, what happened, you know, that in the sense of them being a band, them being together, that is forever. Having to say caught in an illusion, it's not an illusion. So, like, having to realize, like, no, this is reality, and this reality is, you know, taking away some of his innocence, you know, just suggesting that this world has gotten a little bit more darker. And then this chorus, right, I gave you my heart, but here we are, saved you my heart, but here we are. You know, regardless of the love you had for this person, it you know, that it could not stop this from happening. So yeah, I think it's a well-made song regardless. Let's go to the track 5.
I had a vision of you, and just like that, I was left to live without it, waiting for the storm to pass, waiting on this side of the glass. How could it be? There is something between us. I see right through. I had a version of you, and just like that, I left to live without it, waiting for the storm to pass. How can it be? How can it be? There is something between us. I see right through.
Listening to this song, like, fuck, yo, if this was the early 2000s, you know how many, like, I'm just saying, if this was released in the 2000s and I was to go on YouTube and see a music video, you know how many fucking views it would get? Like, this would be big. But regardless, listening to this whole thing, I'm like, yeah, these all seem like really radio, like a song I'd listen to on the radio. Like, if I had the radio on, like, practically all these songs. But I feel like this song is selling the most on that. For the most part, I think it's pretty cool. Acoustics are working there. It sounds very power poppy as well. Okay, what have we got here lyrically? I had a vision of you, and just like that, I was left to live without it, left to live without it. I found a version of love, and just like that, I was left to live without it, left to live without it. Right. Yeah, you have to, these things that you had with this person are, you have to move on. That's the thing too. He's saying I was left to live without it. Like, you have to move on. In a way, I would say that I don't think you have to live without it, but you have to live with a new version of it, right? Waiting for this storm to pass, waiting on this side of the glass, right? Life, death. You're waiting on that side of the glass. But I see my reflection in you, see your reflection in me. How could it be? How could I be? You're really close with this person. You know what I mean? You're really, really close to this person. Is really what you're saying when you say, I see my reflection, you see my reflection in me. Like, you are a whole, in a way. You don't understand yourself, your full personality, without this person. Basically is what I'm reading, at least. I had a version of home, and just like that, I was left to live without it, left without it. Right, so here even saying, like, this person was a part of your home. This was family to you, and for that person to leave, things just aren't right. Things aren't right. So, I like this song. I certainly do. And regardless, right, what we're getting lyrically is just sad. It's very sad. It is the coping of, like, I don't get this. That's what I'm seeing with this lyrically, like, halfway through the album. It's like I still can't really come to terms with his death. Like, I can't escape that. It's sad. That's the simplest way to explain it.
I've been meaning to tell you, I've been out of my head. Left my heart on your doorstep.
Arctic Monkeys-esque groove.
Didn't mean to offend you. Was it something I said? I'll get by, maybe I'm wrong. I can lie and say that it's wrong. Everything or nothing at all.
Would lead into chorus.
Need a new superstition, one I'll never forget. Put your book in the pocket. Everything or nothing at all. Never mind, love and hate. Peace of mind, it's a bit too late. I can't find nothing at all. Feel my mind with nothing at all.
Okay, Nothing at All, I do think is my favorite song here so far. I think it's the best made track, the one that was keeping me the most engaged. I thought, like, the lead into the chorus was quite well made. I was really getting that energy from Dave for sure. What are we getting here lyrically? I've been meaning to tell you, I've been out of my head, left my heart on your doorstep, left you out of my bed. Maybe I'm delusional. Is that so unusual? Didn't mean to offend you with something I said. Put me in your locket and pulled me off the ledge. Maybe I'm feeling so sensational. Okay, he's certainly in a very intense state of mind. You know what he's saying. He's out of his head. I'd say he's feeling, like, really unhuman, which in a way is a very human emotion, isn't it? He is certainly not knowing what to do with this. I mean, he's saying in the chorus, where we get into the pre-chorus, I'll get by or maybe I won't. I can lie and say that I don't. Waste my time lately. I know it's everything or nothing at all. Yeah, so he has no idea really how he's feeling, or he has no idea what the future holds in the sense of, you know, will I be okay in a year from now, or so have you, right? Like, not knowing, you know, if you're really going to be able to face what happened. Again, with death, with grief, everyone's healing process is going to be different. How you deal with it is going to be different. And therefore, because of that, you have no idea, you know, what your journey is going to be like with that, right? But here we have the chorus, everything or nothing at all, everything or nothing at all, now that all the feeling is gone. Saying, like, superstition in a way to, like, follow some sort of rule, right? He needs something to distract himself, I don't know. Put your book in my pocket, put your chain in my neck. Or if he's doing this specifically to feel close, right? Having things close to him, wouldn't it be dangerous if nothing was restraining us? I don't know what he needs to be restrained from, though. So that's an interesting line. Never mind, love and hate, peace of mind, it's a bit too late. Yeah, no. Okay, and then I think this end chorus, right, he's like, I'll get by with nothing at all. Fill my mind with nothing at all. Waste my time with nothing at all. The end, his anger when he's singing this, I don't know, I even think lyrically that this is a more interesting song. It's a shorter track than the other ones too. It's very compact. Ooh, right away, it started off like it's a fucking title fight song. Yeah, this is the one that we're probably talking about. Very dream poppy. Very nice. Okay, I will say the song "But Here We Are" and then "Show Me How" are probably my least favorites. I mean, I'm happy that he went into a new direction here with his dream pop sound, although at the end of the day, those guitars, the way they are on this song, there's still much, they still bring this punch, this loud punch that kind of takes you out of that sound for sure. I don't know, I feel like this song maybe was just, the length was not helping it for me. Oh, here I'm seeing this. Is a dream pop or shoegazing song that also deals with the passing of Dave Grohl's mother, Virginia. Dave shares vocals with his daughter, Violet. Okay. I was feeling a little bit of a Hatchie vibe. Like, I was thinking during this song, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if Hatchie kind of covered this song. Hatchie being a dream pop artist who's relatively new, I'd say. The 2010s has been a good decade for her music. And then obviously, was it last year, she released her sophomore album. It's quite good. So I should have done a reaction to be honest, but it's fine. Where have you gone? Walk in circles back to square one. Made it through yesterday. Spilling wine, thinking of the time. Retro melody, rolling your eyes, hold your hand a while. Need not say anything to me. Hear you loud and clear, loud and clear. So I don't know now to think if this is for his mother or for Taylor. But regardless, walking in circles, that makes sense to me. But you made it. You made it through yesterday. You continue to make it, right? So again, I think this does make sense if it's about your mother too, right? I'll take care of everything from now on, in the sense that she's passing this torch to you. Potentially in the sense of, parents, your mother, you obviously relied on her for a lot of things, especially emotional support, and maybe this is what you're discussing too, you know what I mean? Like, you are the parent now. Which kind of reminds me of a movie. I watched a movie recently that came out. It was in festivals last year. Came out this year, called Lullaby. It's a Spanish movie where this woman. I shouldn't spoil it, I guess. But there is this, she's having a hard time being a new parent, and then she has to end up taking care of her mother. And at the end of the movie, so happy, right? Okay. Where are you now? Who will show me how? Where are you now? Who will show me how? Wait for the sun, say hello, maybe it'll come. You watch the hummingbirds, naming every one. Okay, do you have a minute for me? If you don't mind, I'll be stopping by. Kelly, little black clouds, don't you worry. Who will show me how? Relying on your parents to help you out with just understanding life. How do I do these small things? It's not because you don't know how. It's just because it feels so good to know that someone can help you. You know what I mean? That's how we feel about parents, I guess, I'm assuming. Okay, yeah, I'm reading this. This makes sense. I'll take care of everything, and it's Violet singing, because, it goes full... the cycle continues on. One day, Dave's gonna die, and, his daughter will have to deal with the same type of things in a way.
If it all ended today, would you still be mine? Would you still be mine? Oh, yeah. Everything we love must go. So untold, but
mind this song. Not feeling too strong about it. Other than the vocals here, I think Dave Grohl is really impactful vocally for sure. Okay. What do we got here lyrically? If it all ended today, would you be fine? Would you be fine if it all ended this way? Would you still be mine? Would you still be mine? I don't know specifically who he's talking about, but, you know, if he died, maybe, you know, what would happen to this person? Would, you know, things not be okay with them? Okay, are you well? I can't tell. Do tell, do tell. So not like now you're like maybe in a state where you're like not sure what's happening with other people emotionally. Everything we love must grow old, or so I'm told. I'm so told you must release what you hold dear, or so I fear. But it's beyond me, forever young and free. Okay. Dave Grohl's expressing his grief that Taylor died at such a young age. Right. As he died, because he died at a young age, he's forever young and free. I see. But at the end of the day, it's still like, how could this be the case? And you've had two people die at a young age. I mean, you know, when you're in Nirvana, I mean, Kurt Cobain died at an extremely young age. These next songs, I'm pretty sure. This one, I saw the length of the boat. Oh no, Rest is a decent length, but this song here, very, very, very long. It's kind of funny. It ends off like it's just like as if the song isn't even over. It's like goodbye, and it's abruptly cut off. Maybe there's a meaning behind that. Like with Taylor's death, it was very abrupt, and it was not expected. Okay, first off, Teacher here, this 10-minute track. Yeah, it's like quite easily the best song on here. Like it's quite easily the most impactful for me. Like it's the one song on here where I'm like it stands out, it sticks out, for sure. Wow. Okay. Who's at the door now? Who's at the door now? Okay, so I guess he's saying like who's gonna die next, is what this starts off with. Sun goes down, windows wide, one step closer to the other side. I can feel what others do. Can't stop this if I wanted to. So he's like discussing now too. He's like, we're all gonna die, and I continue to get closer to it. This chorus, hey kid, what's the plan for tomorrow? Where will I wake up? Where will I wake up? Hey kid, what's the plan for tomorrow? Where will I wake up? Where will I wake up? Huh. The unknowingness of when you're gonna die, I guess. Hurry now, boy, time won't wait. The here and now will separate. There are some things you cannot choose, soul and spirit moving through. Right. So it's saying like who you were before and who you are now. Two different people once you have to go through a certain event like this. Wake up, wake up. It's very, yeah, he keeps saying like wake up. I'm assuming it's like trying to snap yourself out of this situation. You know what I mean? Like you're sick and tired of being in this situation. Two cold stones on a riverbed, ripped and torn cannot mend. Old white candles on a dusty porch, one flame down, another born. And then it goes into this later into the song. Like I think this is once we get to the second half of the song. You showed me how to breathe, never showed me how to say goodbye. You showed me how to be, never showed me how to say goodbye. Every page turns, it's a lesson learned in time. You showed me how to breathe, never showed me how to say goodbye. So this person being a part of your life, maybe this is about his mother though, showing you how to breathe. I don't know. Well, again, no one can really show you how to breathe, I guess, but just saying like you were teaching me how to like be alive, like you were a part of me being alive, but you know, I wasn't taught how to like deal with you like not being here anymore. Try and make good with the air that's left, counting every minute, living breath by breath, by breath by breath by breath. So teaching me how to breathe and having to live, or you know, living breath by breath, living with what you taught me. And the song ends right with him saying goodbye, goodbye. But if it gets cut off like that, maybe it's like, you know, that goodbye is never fully complete or done. I don't know. Smashing Pumpkins song, too. Okay, so we have the teacher and then the rest here, and rest again. This is another fantastic track. We're ending on the two best tracks, two songs that are really, really selling for me. I love that noisy part that comes in at the end. This song is the one that's very, very emotive for me, for sure. Okay, let's get into this lyrically. Waking up, bottom of an empty cup, laying in your favorite clothes, chosen for you. Okay. Having to choose her clothes to be buried with. Right, okay. Make you laugh, maybe I can make you laugh. Books are fading, photographs, moments safe for you. Angel dust turned to little paper cuts. Close my eyes and feel your touch holding on to you. Rest, you can rest now. Rest, you will be safe now. Love and trust, life is just a game of luck. All this time's escaping us until our time is through. Right. Life is just a game of luck. Yeah, in the sense, you had no control over this. You have no idea what's going to happen. And it's one of those things where not everything's going to be good at the end of the day, right? Ends this song here with this outro. Waking up, had another dream of us in the warm Virginia sun. There I will meet you. Well, his mother passed away also the same year. Oh, Jesus Christ, eh? Due to sharing a name with his mother. That's what Virginia's is. Okay. Okay. So this album is ending, I guess, him discussing him being with his mother, based off of a dream he had. What can I say about this album? It's at the end of the day, conceptually, what we're getting here, it's a very tight project. And these last two songs are the ones that really want to pack a punch. I mean, you can obviously tell throughout it how much this has impacted him. Yeah, this is overall. I would say that I do like this album. I'm thinking it probably would give it a 7 out of 10 on first listen. I think it's quite good. There's a lot of catchy pop rock songs on here. Very often loud, aggressive, noisy songs. And very often they're getting to the point of what they're trying to bring across, right? This is not an album that's really trying to be storytelling with this. It's just trying to grapple with very familiar emotions that we have to deal with when it comes to losing loved ones, for sure. But I do think that at the end of the day, there is. I would say, I've listened to many albums about death, and I do think that this one is not trying to be dark. You know what I mean? I don't know, first thing I think I hear is Carrie and Lowell right in my head. Lyrically, an album like that is, where it's trying to lead you is fucking sad. You know what I mean? Really makes you dwell on certain things. I think this one isn't really trying to do that, especially with the sound of this. Is hard rock sound. It's much more of like what's the word here? Catharsis. This release that's coming with it, right? Especially last song too. Very noisy track. It's good. It's a good album. I'm gonna come back to it a few more times and see if other tracks are really gonna work for me. But these last two songs, though, it's good. Good. All right, I've done it. I have a final opinion of Foo Fighters' newest album, but here we are. 10 tracks there. And yeah, my opinion really hasn't changed. This is very, very, very easy listening alt rock. You know what I mean? There's no shocks, there's no surprises here, right? When it comes to Foo Fighters music, the only difference here is how tightly conceptual this album is regarding the drummer's passing. And then, of course, Dave Grohl discussing his mother on there as well. Sort of an interweaving of how death has affected him as of late. Yeah, I don't have any too crazy opinions about this. I do still think that the last two songs are what really stands out. They're what really stands out. The other songs are well made, catchy tracks. I don't see myself really coming back to this album, but yeah, it's pretty nice. I think Dave Grohl has good vocal performances on here for sure that stand out for me. One thing I have to say was fucking weird. I was listening to this album in the car, and I got out to go buy something. I just listened to the first track, second track started. I got back into the car, and then Foo Fighters was playing. I was like, okay. And then I look, and it's the first song that's playing on the radio. So there you go, eh? This was on Saturday, so a day after the album's out. I think Rescued may have been a single, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I did say during the video, I was like, these songs feel like radio songs. They go play on the radio, and I was correct. I was correct in giving that vibe. Anyways, yeah, this is pretty cool. It does make me think, right? Because I was already saying at the start of this video, I've only listened to, like, you know, like Sonic Highways and Sonic Concrete, I believe, right? I'm assuming that I won't be very strong on those albums if I came back to them. You know, I reviewed them at a much younger age. My tastes have drastically changed. And, you know, the older albums, I'm not sure what I think about them. Like I already said, I haven't listened to them in full, so I have no idea how to, like, prop this up in the sense of how I'd feel about their catalog. But regardless, this is a solid album. Does not feel like it's a 2023 album, you know what I mean? This really does feel like it's, and it's not a bad thing, right? But it's got that nostalgia of a Foo Fighters album you would have heard late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Okay, if there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, you can put a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Peace.